Hey everybody, welcome back to the continuing voyages of the U.S.S. Garfield, where the team at Superscript Comics and Games, like us, plays the Star Trek Adventures tabletop RPG by Modiphius. So we're going to get started with the exciting conclusion to the unexpected two-parter that we entered into last week. Before we do, real quick, just some quick updates about the shop, which we might as well plug in here. It is looking like a shop. This week we should have some pictures of the interior and all the fixtures and product on the shelves and stuff. It's been really nice to, now that things have started to ship again, slowly but surely, that we've been able to start making the shop look like it was supposed to look a month ago before the whole world shut down and we couldn't do much about it. So anyways, looking real forward to sharing that with you, especially with some plans about how we're going to be able to, come up with a timeline for opening the shop, amended from the earlier timeline, which had us opening at the beginning of May.
That's in the mirror universe.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I feel like this is the mirror universe.
Probably.
Yes, this is the mirror universe. Yes.
We should do a mirror universe episode of this stream where we all grow goatees.
How do we determine from within?
It'd be easier for some of us than others.
Well, we all get fake goatees.
How do you make that determination if you're in the mirror universe or not?
Wow.
Is there
Mirror
only
universe is kind of a hellscape.
Yeah.
How many people do you know who have goatees? I feel like this is.
I used to have a goatee.
There's a really, I can't remember who's writing it or who's drawing it. It's painted, it's beautiful, but there's a current next gen comic out.
I think that's IDW, right?
It is IDW. I'm trying to remember who writes and draws it, because it's beautiful looking.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and it involves a mirror universe version of the next gen cast, because there were no mirror universe episodes of next gen, and it's great because just like Picard in the mirror universe is just jacked and doesn't wear sleeves. That's how we know.
That's how they all are in that.
Oh yeah, no one wears sleeves. And Riker not only has a goatee, but it is braided.
Oh,
Is as sure a sign as anything that you
bonus goatee.
Clearly evil.
Data's got a bunch of like Borg parts on.
Does he have like a techno goatee?
What was that?
Does he have like a techno goatee?
Yeah, like he's way into ministry. Is what he looks like. Not that there's anything wrong with being way into ministry, but like if you were ever at a ministry show, you saw the guy who looks like Mirror Universe Jonathan Frakes. And on that note,
it's Scott Tipton and David Tipton and Marks 2. Sorry.
Thank you.
You
guys
are welcome.
Pick that up. We have that at Superscript Comics and Games.
Yeah.
When we open, just wait to pick it up until then. Or you know what? Send me an email. I will ship it to you. It's outstanding. It's really good.
You know what? I'll take one, Elliot.
Okay, I'm shipping it to Ryan. Nobody else email.
It's just that easy.
All right. And without further ado, we don't have a captain's log for you to read at the beginning of this one, Captain Calum, because we're picking up. So this would be a previously on, and I can't do a Majel Barrett impersonation, so I'm just going to say it in my normal voice. So previously on the continuing adventures of the U.S.S. Garfield, the crew had taken a shuttle down to a planet where they believed some experiments were going on with the neural parasite. They did so after investigating a abandoned Klingon space station where they found that there had been some sort of attempt to fuse neural parasite with Klingon. And they got down to the planet and they were investigating, and they came upon a Trill biologist who was somehow involved in this project to merge host and parasite into a singular being, and then they knocked him unconscious by like shooting them 16 times with phasers at once. It was kind of spectacular. And then they encountered a Klingon that was being devolved by being the host to a neural parasite. And then they Scooby-Doo ganged it out of there back to the shuttle. And they took the shuttle back into space. And no sooner than they did than the Romulan warbird Decius, which we may remember from several episodes ago, decloaked. So our heroes, everybody in our bridge crew, Wyatt, Zolar, Bajortis, Charles, and Phelan. I got it, didn't I?
Well, at one point I was Phalor, but I am now Phelan.
The Phaley and
Mirror universe.
the N on this character sheet looks a lot like an R. Wait, which
Strikes again.
is it? Phalor. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
Okay, because now you're in my head about it, and now.
It's all right.
Okay. Those people that I just mentioned flawlessly are on the shuttlecraft, the Heathcliff, and are stuck equidistant between the Romulan warbird and the Garfield. Equidistant. And let's open it up. So to the crew of you, communicators are all functioning and stuff like that, so you guys can all talk to Commander Calum. Commander Calum can talk to you, whatever you need.
We need to get back to the ship.
Yep.
This doesn't
Make
look
it
good.
so, Pejortis.
So here's
Whatever
what
means
I've been
necessary.
thinking. Can we set the ship to the shuttlecraft? Sorry. Can we set it to like autopilot? Like beam ourselves back onto the bridge, set the ship to autopilot, and land in the shuttle bay, or like do something crazy like that? Is that?
You could, but the shuttle's going to but both the shuttle and to beam someone, both the shuttle and the Garfield are going to have to take their shields down.
Oh.
Could be real bad.
You just fly this thing fast.
All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Evasive actions.
Well, is the Garfield still cloaked?
Yeah,
believe
we
so.
never
Yeah.
took it down.
We had our Klingon friend with us.
So actually, yeah, but beaming would also take down the cloak too. Doing just about anything takes down the cloak. You do have your Trill friend with you. He's unconscious still because Dr. Charles gave him some sleepy time tea, as he is wont to do.
Bean juice.
Yeah.
It's tea time with Dr. Leo Charles.
So those are your options.
Well, so in order to land in the hangar bay, we have to take the shields down too, right?
Just the cloak.
Just the cloak? We can fly through the shields?
Well, if it's cloaked, the shields are down. I forgot it was cloaked. So you fly on there, but right now the Decius doesn't know where the Garfield is.
Can we fly back to the ship without the ship uncloaking? Like, obviously, it's going to alert them as to where the ship is because we're going to be landing in it.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to say yes, knowing that someone who knows more about Star Trek than me is probably angry. I think you can do that, but in this version of the Star Trek universe, you can definitely do that. You can land on a cloaked ship. I'm going to say it's really hard to do, though, because you can't see anything and sensors don't pick anything up. So you're kind of guessing where the shuttle bay is. So there's a high probability of just slamming into the side of the cloaked ship.
Captain, maybe use the tractor beam to guide us.
That will also uncloak the ship.
Oh.
Why don't we fly close to the ship and then drop the cloak when we're right about there?
No,
then
Captain. Pejortis is going to have to insist you let me, you let me land this in the ship while it's cloaked, because nobody has ever done that in the history to my knowledge, and you cannot not let me do that.
No. I mean, at the sight of this warbird, I think my reaction would be to tell the shuttle to take evasive action and make their way back, and I will try to fire upon try to aim for like the weapons of the warbird to prevent them from hitting the shuttle.
Okay, so yeah, we're in it then. So you're gonna target the weapons with what?
Just with the phasers.
Okay, so
I would also the bridge to put our shields up as well, like as we come out of cloak.
okay. So you come out of cloak, shields up. We'll say that happens before we begin this conflict, so we don't have to go through the trouble of having supplemental characters roll for each of the things. I'm just going to give those to you. But firing the phasers, this is extreme range. So that's going to be a difficulty 3 with the phasers, plus you're targeting their weapons. That adds a difficulty, so it's going to be difficulty 4 to take that shot.
Okay. Let's see. Can I use my focus of just helm operations?
Well, not for the phasers, because that's not really the helm. That's like your tactical system.
Oh, okay. Well, what about Starship Tactics? Like, could this be considered a sort of tactical maneuver enough to be?
Yeah.
Like, maybe I learned something special about how to beat the phasers in such a way.
Sure.
Cool. And then I'm actually gonna spend my. Well, do I start with the determination, even though this was like an ongoing?
Everybody starts. This is a whole new adventure, so yeah, this is a whole new section. So everybody starts with 1 determination.
Cool. So I'll actually use that, and then let's see. That'll be. Will that be control and?
I'm sorry. Control and security. Yeah.
Okay.
And you're assisted by the ship. Remember.
Gotcha.
Which it's going to be weapons plus security for the ship.
Okay.
All right, I've got that roll.
Cool. Well,
The ship does not help.
I got a 20 and a 1.
All right.
Sounds
So that's
like you
gonna be-
should have let old Zard just follow his dreams.
Well, I'm not. I mean, you can still fly. As I can't control how you fly, so.
All right. So the warbird is like coming up over the shuttle, and all of a sudden, like the Garfield triumphantly kind of decloaks in a very like "thou shall not pass" sort of moment, and then the rear phaser fires in the opposite direction.
Oh.
Oh no.
So nothing bad happens per se. It just looks silly. And so you're lit up, shields are up, but the wrong phaser array got engaged because the captain doesn't have his aces on the ship. It's he's got the second stringers running things, and they have never been in a real heavy duty combat situation before. So I'm gonna just give myself a threat for that.
Okay.
And that fails. Brad, you can still use your keep the initiative ability that you usually use.
I don't know what I would specifically do. I mean, can I use that to keep the initiative to give Zard an action to fly us closer?
Yeah, we could do that. I was gonna say if we want to look at like some stuff you could do from a tactical perspective from the shuttle, to maybe help anybody out. You do have the ability to override, so you could move.
I trust in the skills of the Zard.
Okay, so we're gonna give it to Zard. Free of momentum.
All right. I am going to take evasive action, which the ship can assist with structure plus con, and it's a difficulty 1 check. And I think my talent in escape and avoidance or shuttlecraft or focus in that will.
Yeah, either of those.
And that's going to be 2 successes. And I just get, please remind me, I just get 1 dice, right? Or do I get 2?
To roll normally or for the ship's assistant?
Just normally.
That's always 2.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just blanking on that. So that's 4 successes.
Okay. So
The ship does not assist.
the shuttle didn't. Oh, the shuttle failed to assist. Okay. So yeah, that's a difficulty of 1. So you passed by 3 and got yourself some momentum. Now, what that means is since you're in evasive action, is all attacks made by the ship or against the ship are increased by a difficulty of 1. All right.
Okay.
Nice.
So the Warbird is going to maneuver.
About that.
1. And then I'm going to spend 2 threat to keep the initiative for the Warbird. And the Warbird is going to fire its disruptor banks at the shuttle.
Oh boy.
That's it. That's the end of the show.
Yeah.
That's
Thanks
everybody.
for watching, guys.
Well,
and
folks.
girls.
And it doesn't want to blow up the shuttle. It just wants to disable it. So it's going to go ahead and take that shot at the shuttle's engines. All right. Let's see here. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and take that attack. It's targeting, so it's difficulty 3. We're going to spend a threat to buy another dice. Get it up to 3 dice.
Because of the evasive action?
Yeah, is it 3 or 4?
Oh, yeah, it's 4. Well, I'm just going to buy the 1 dice for now. And... all right, so... it misses.
Woo!
So it's back to the Federation side.
I have a question.
Yes.
We're just going right in to try to hit these people. I understand that they're like bad guys, but don't we think that the little, oh my god, the parasites have infiltrated them?
Mm-hmm.
Have we considered like hailing them and saying like, hey, you might have some weird shit on your ship? But
That's a very Star Trek point. I that seems addressed to the captain, so I'm gonna.
like, I get they're Romulans, and you know we don't normally like them, but they're still people and
Right.
suck.
Yeah, we can open up we can try to hail.
I mean, they'll most likely cuss us out, but we'd be the better people.
Someone can take that action if someone wants to try and hail.
Can you hail while the ship... oh, the ship's not cloaked anymore. Did the shields go up on the ship?
I mean, we could hail
Yes.
from the shuttlecraft, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, open a channel.
All right.
Boop, 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 boop.
So whoever's doing that, hailing frequencies open. So you hail the warbird. And I just want to say, that was a very good idea, Megan. That makes a lot of sense. This probably would have worked out if the Garfield hadn't already fired a phaser array.
I didn't think about it right away, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, what?"
No, it's totally okay. But so they're not responding to the hail.
Unsurprising, but we tried.
Yeah.
You did try. So that is the communication task for
We
the
need to
turn. All right, it's back to the Romulans. This time they're just going to take a shot less directed at the shuttlecraft. They're not going to target any specific system, and they are going to. If they're not targeting a specific system, I need a regular old D6, which I need to grab real quick.
Can the shuttle use warp as well?
I think it depends on the shuttle stats, but
I think our shuttle only has like 3 power too.
Okay.
We like warp to get to the ship.
Are we aware of the Borg?
Yeah.
Okay.
How does? Never mind. I'll let that question.
It's just like role play chatter. That's all.
Okay. All right. So gonna go ahead and roll. All right. 4 successes. So it does hit.
No crap.
All right. And now I have to roll for damage. So it's Disruptor Banks.
Can I create a disadvantage right now for a momentum spend?
You would have to, in combat, you'd have to wait till it was your action to do it.
Okay.
That was a lot of dice.
That's half of it.
No,
Yeah.
that's all, folks.
It says immediate.
Oh, well then you can. I was wrong.
You have the seats on, right?
Yeah, it says immediate uses can be used outside of successful task paid for out of the group pool or by adding to threat. Repeatable uses can be used multiple times per task/round.
All right, what's the cost on it? It's 2 momentum?
Yep.
All right, you guys are down to 1 momentum. How many shields does the, what's the shield on the shuttle?
Great question.
3, I think. For a basic shuttlecraft, it's 3 at least.
3. Okay. I'm going to create an advantage and say that, so the Warbird would have done 10 damage to the shuttle. But I'm going to say that Phalor was mucking around trying to improve the shield capacity on the shuttle and did so, making it so that it still drains all of the shields, but it's not going to cause a breach.
All right.
So your shields are down on the shuttle, and it is your turn.
So, do we
Jordan,
also...
get us out of here.
Yeah, do we still have to... Can I not act since everybody else on the shuttle hasn't acted, or can I just...
Yeah, everybody's got to act. So next time, that's why sometimes having 2 people on a roll is good. But other people have the override ability. Other people can get moving, but they just don't have your skills.
I am also a pilot. That was
Okay.
my other career in my past. All right, so I am going to try to move the ship.
Okay. impulse would get you there in one go, but
Yep.
because that'll allow you to move 2, but that is going to involve using a power.
I think it's worth it. It's time to go.
Go for broke.
So I'm gonna use my determination to get us there.
You don't have to roll anything for moving an impulse. You just spend the power.
Oh, well, I'll spend the power.
Okay. All right, you're there, and this is a weird, tricky situation since we have all these ships involved. You need to lower, or no, we're just gonna have the shuttle land. So, all right, so the shuttle lands, and you've made it back on board the USS Garfield.
I'm headed to engineering.
Home sweet home.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
All right. I assume everybody else heading to the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To help.
Okay.
I'm just following you, I guess.
All right, so you guys all take the turbo lift up as fast as you can and rush onto the bridge and just push the second stringers out of the way and just and we'll just start this as a fresh round of combat now. So it is to the USS Garfield.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Captain, can I scan for weakness on the Romulan ship?
Yeah,
Romulan ships don't have weaknesses.
let's do that.
All right.
Okay, here's me. And here's the ship. Okay. So I got. What do we got? Control plus sciences.
Mhm.
So I got 2 successes. And the ship is a little different. It has sensors plus security. So that's 10 plus 2. And the ship got a success as well. So that's 3 successes. And this says. Oh, sorry. If this succeeds, then the vessel's next attack before the end of sensor operator's next turn gains piercing 2.
Yeah, so all the way until the next time you act.
Okay.
So it'll gain piercing, which in this context means it'll just cut right through shields, or 2 damage will scoot past the shields.
And then do we get 2 momentum for that?
Yep,
Because I got
you
3
do.
successes.
Nice.
Captain, shouldn't we alert the space station? I'm blanking on the name. And flee the no man zone, perhaps?
Yeah, we should get back. Although, if this warbird is like overtaken by the parasite somehow, this could be another ship that goes on to, spread.
And we don't need them infesting a bigger station.
Yeah.
What's that?
Or
And Azolar, you escorted our prisoner to the brig, right?
Oh, of course.
Do we have any way to scan the crew, the life forms on the warbird to see?
Yeah, if you do, because you know what the neural parasite looks like now.
Woo.
Very good way to try and solve a Star Trek morality dilemma. All right. That is going to require sensors, though. And so if you don't want to waste that scan for weaknesses, you might want to have someone else try it. Maybe you, Captain, you could do the direct command.
Right.
I have the sensors system reference sheet pulled up if you want to know how to do a sensor sweep.
Yeah, so if I do the direct, I'm just doing it. You mean, or no, wouldn't I be choosing an officer to do it?
Yes, but we won't count it as the next turn for Ryan, or for Dr. Charles, rather. Because his ability is good till the next time he acts.
Mhm.
I won't count him acting as your turn.
Oh, okay. So
As his turn.
I'll use the direct action to command the sensors to direct the sensor sweep.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll specifically be saying, we're trying to scan for the neural parasite. So I get to assist with my command discipline.
Sounds good. All right.
And that's me again.
Yes.
That's reason and science. I got 1 success.
So I do get a success on the assist.
Okay.
And then do we get the ship as well?
Yep.
Okay, and the ship got a 12.
Which is a success.
Just barely.
Okay, so 2 successes.
All right. So that's a 0 difficulty task. That's going to take you up to 6 momentum. And Dr. Charles, like, your screen just like lights up. Like, that ship is fully infested with neural parasites.
It's Bug City in there.
I had a gut feeling about it.
Oh man, there's a part of me that just wants to tow this back to the station.
So that was 2 actions in a row. We're going to say you guys use Brad's ability to keep the momentum. That's once per round, Brad?
That's during the first round of combat.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then that cost you 2 momentum to do, so you're down to 4. All right. So the Romulans are going to go ahead now. And the Warbird is first and foremost going to try and jam your communications. So it's going to go ahead and roll for that. And it succeeds. So it is currently jamming your ability to like call for backup or contact Neandra Station or anything like that.
Oh boy.
Can,
it's almost like old Zard has like a crystal ball, Captain.
Okay.
And then they're going to spend 2 threat, which takes them down to 1 remaining threat, or me down to 1 remaining threat, rather. And they are going to attempt to fire plasma torpedoes at the U.S.S. Garfield.
Create a disadvantage for those bugs, please.
Brace for impact.
You want to create a disadvantage, Christian?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So we know that neural parasites don't have the memories of their hosts or whatever. So in taking over the whole ship, they're not like super familiar with Romulan plasma torpedoes. There's not like an owner's name for plasma torpedoes. So it's a little tricky for them to figure out how those work. So we're gonna say that getting them online for the first time, they haven't had to fire a plasma torpedo yet. Takes a little longer than they should, and it's going to remove their ability to keep the initiative after this. So they can only fire, and then they're just going to be... Oh, no, wait. I just already kept the initiative from single. Yeah. I'm going to say it increases the difficulty by 1. So they're rolling 3 dice for this, and because I'm going to buy 1 with my last threat. And they are... Those are long range, but this is still, you're out of long range, you're at extreme range, so that's going to increase it by 2. So they need 5. Or no, they need 6 to be able to hit you. Okay. So unlikely that that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It does not happen. The plasma torpedo goes wide, doesn't even touch your shields. But you're down to 2 momentum. Okay. Now it is back to the Garfield.
Would we know, I'm assuming we would know just like how the likelihood of, in a head-to-head firefight with these 2 ships, who's likely to come out on top?
Yeah. They're not great odds, but they're not the worst odds. Like, you're a little overmatched here.
Yeah.
But not like, I mean, with this crew, you know, like it wouldn't be. You don't have a prevailing instinct that you need to get the heck out of here. It's just, this is a challenge.
Right.
You also know that they're faster than you, though. So
Right. Okay.
if you did try and run, they are much faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think for just thinking of safety of this parasite spreading, I feel like we need to stop this ship from leaving. We know it's all these, if it's overtaken by the parasites.
Yes.
I think we need to get within range to bring the phaser banks online.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, I liked your tactic maneuver there with the phasers earlier, Captain, but
You like that? Yeah. That was a new one I'm working on.
Still in the workshopping phase.
Yeah, I figured now is the time. Try it out.
Real quick, also, I just want to alert you guys to something that is on one of the helm's things. Beyond just moving the ship, the helm can also initiate attack patterns.
Right.
You know, like if you have a attack pattern, Calum or whatever, saved in the computer,
Right.
and it reduces the difficulty of trying to hit something by one.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
Well, yeah. Can I just because I think our security officer hasn't gone yet in this round, right? So can
So
I?
far, it's only you and Charles have gone.
Okay. Great. Yeah. So can I sort of just give a command to our security officer Zolar to to fire upon the warbird, but maybe maybe there is a specific attack pattern either I know or that he knows, you know, to utilize.
Well, attack pattern would be the helm. So
Yeah,
that's like,
Oh, okay.
so yeah, like you could definitely fire from here, but you're really far away, so it's going to be hard to hit, even with torpedoes. So, you know, you can definitely command a Zolar to open fire from here, but you can also like, you could either get Pejortis to like bring you into torpedo range or phaser range or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Then that's what I think we want to do is have Pejortis bring us into torpedo range.
And we can do something where we're like queuing up our actions, right? Like I can act, bringing us into range. Security officer can prepare to fire a salvo. So like we can like plan out the entire action basically.
Yeah, like that can be since we're, for those watching at home who haven't maybe caught the previous episodes, this is the first time we've done ship-to-ship combat. So if it seems like we're grappling with the rules a little bit, yeah, we're figuring it out. So yeah, you totally can. Like that can be, you know, to a certain degree, we can role play that however we want, you know, where individual people can say like, you know, I'm bringing us into whatever, or I'm gonna do this, or you know, it can be issued as broad sweeping commands where it could be something where, just to give an example, Commander Calum could say, bring us into torpedoes range and initiate attack pattern, you know, normal, and the ship then, so that's two actions that the helm is going to have to take, or that the helm is going to have to take, or someone else operating helm controls would have to take the other one, and you know, fire when ready, or you know, fire at will, or anything like that. Like for Zolar, yeah, you can kind of plot this stuff out, like it's a Star Trek episode where there always seems to be kind of a lot of time to talk on the bridge in between torpedo impacts until there's not. So it's to you, Zolar.
Oh, I thought we were gonna.
Or Pejortis.
Yeah,
Pejortis.
I'm gonna use impulse to bring us close, and then when I can use another action, I'm gonna put us into an attack pattern. So the cost on impulse is just 1 power requirement.
And you can move 2 spaces.
2 spaces. So that'll bring us within 1 space of them, right? If I move to like the lower bottom right quadrant of that circle.
This?
Out of their starboard side.
That's gonna be that's gonna be just in torpedo range. Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Cool.
All
Are
right,
they in multiple zones, or are they just in the zone?
They're
where
just in the one. They're in the one they're centered in.
they're just big.
So that doesn't have
Like that.
a DC
that
check. Do I get to just roll to generate momentum there?
You don't roll anything.
Okay.
That just you just spend the power of the ship.
Gotcha.
So that can go ahead and spend the power of the ship. So we've spent 2 power so far. So you guys trying to see. I have your character sheet or your.
We're at 9.
9. Okay.
I mean, the other action was the power of the
Shuttle.
Shuttle.
shuttle,
Oh,
but
Oh wait, so you're at 10,
Yep.
right?
The shuttle's taking a break now.
Okay, so you bring it into range. That's cool. The Romulan Warbird is, well, it can't really get out of, yeah, it can get just out of torpedo range. It sees you coming in and it's going to move. It's just going to maneuver over here. So it's 1 out of torpedo range, making it a little more difficult for you to hit it.
I can make that shot.
Okay. Let's see it.
All right. So I do have a focus in shipboard tactical systems.
Yep.
So I'll roll 2 dice for me and then 1 for the ship, and each
Yeah.
system is 2.
Yep. Are you targeting any system in particular?
Might I suggest the
Okay.
engines?
Will that up the difficulty if I do, or?
By 1.
I'd just like to get a solid hit on while we have this good scan on them.
Okay. Sounds good.
we do have momentum as well if you need it.
Yeah, 2 left.
All right. Yeah, might as well use 1. Probably get it back. Go up to 4 dice. So the dice for me will be security plus control,
Yep.
and then so that is 4 successes from that, and then for the ship it would be, well, that's going to be a miss.
Remember, the ship doesn't benefit from your focus, just you.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, you hit it. No momentum generated, but that's what you needed, because torpedoes are 3 even at range plus 1 because it's slightly out of range.
Okay.
So that,
And then we have the Pierce 2 effect from the scan.
yeah, so 2 of your damage will go straight through the shields.
All right. And I believe our torpedoes are 4 dice.
5 photon torpedoes. 5.
All right. That's pretty good. So I have 4 and 2 effects.
All right.
The effects are the high yield, so it inflicts massive damage to the enemy vessel. So if it inflicts 1 or more breaches to a system, it inflicts 1 additional breach.
Ooh. All right. So how much damage was it?
4 altogether.
4 altogether. All
And
right.
then here's 2.
Here's 2. Okay. So 2 of that is going to go right through the shield, and let's see what system it's going to hit real quick. So, I'm sorry. It hits their communication system.
Hey, they can't keep
Important system.
jamming our comms, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So it would temporarily have stopped them anyways, but so they are a scale 6 ship. So they're big. So it inflicts 1 breach. Do those stack, Brad? Those effects? Do you know if it's like each thing causes an additional breach?
I would assume that it's just one additional if you roll any effects because there's not an X to it. I feel like the ones that you get for each effect rolled always have an X to them. I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Well, you've taken 4 off their shields. 2 got through their shields, which would cause a breach. The high yield causes a second breach, but that's not enough to damage their communications array. It takes 3 to damage a scale 6 ship. So
Okay.
they are, at least for a turn, until they restore them with a minor action, that you're able to, until the next time the Romulans act, which is unfortunately going to be immediately, you would be able to get a signal through. But it's the Romulans' turn. You've done some damage, but their shields are still holding strong.
Wait, let's spend a momentum to keep the action and.
You could do that. You could take a swift action, Brad, and fire a second salvo of torpedoes or phaser banks or whatever. You only have 1 momentum, so it would give me 1 threat.
And that would let me act again immediately?
Yeah.
Right.
You can do 1 task.
I'll take a second shot really quick while we have a chance.
All right, so you're down to 0 momentum. I'm back up to 1 threat.
All right. Now I just have
targeting any system in particular this time.
I think I would. I'd like to hit their weapons this time.
Okay, sounds good. Difficulty, you're going to need 4 with torpedoes. Well,
All right.
4 with no matter what, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, that's 4 successes from me, and then from the ship, that would be weapons and
Security also.
okay, so no help from the ship, so just 4 successes.
All right. Staying at 0 momentum, but yeah, go ahead and roll for damage on the weapon system.
All right. We have the exact same roll, pretty much. So yeah, 4 damage in the effect roll.
Okay. That's going to take their shields down to 6. 2 of that damage gets through, causing a breach. So we're going to go ahead, and that would cause a second breach because the effect roll. Their weapon systems are impacted, but not yet in the damaged state.
Okay.
Because you need 3 breaches on a system for them to put it into damaged. Okay. Sounds good. All right, so it's going to be the Romulans' turn. And with that, the Romulans are going to spend a minor action to restore their weapons and get them back online. And then they are going to go ahead and try and restore some of their shields. So they are going to try and regenerate shields. They need to make a control plus engineering, assisted by their ship plus engineering. And they can, the ship gains I'm sorry, that's control plus engineering plus structure plus engineering. Difficulty +1 if the shields are at 0, which they're not, but the ship regains 2 shields +2 for every 2 momentum they spend, which they don't have enough to do that. But they're going to roll for it. Right. So they needed a 14. All right, they got 3 successes. That doesn't generate any threat or anything for me, but they are able to put 2 shields back on the Warbird. And that is the end of the Warbird's turn.
Since I'm down here in security as well, can I shoot too?
You're on the bridge in security, so yeah, you totally can. Do you want to fire torpedoes or phasers?
Torpedoes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is like the most torpedoes that have ever been fired in an episode of Star Trek. I'm all about it.
Phaser range, correct?
You're outside of phaser range, but you're less outside of torpedo range. You're outside of both ranges, but you're closer to being in torpedo range. So torpedoes have 2, phasers only have 1. So from there, it would normally, but torpedoes are harder to hit in general, so it's going to be 3 for normally, and then since they're 1 out of range, it's going to be, you need 4. So you're going to roll your 2 dice, you're assisted by the ship, and then Dr. Charles has the weak spot stuff is still on.
That's only until the next attack.
Oh, the next attack?
Yeah.
Never mind. So then, yeah, you're getting 2 dice, Wyatt, plus 1 plus the ship is rolling 1. So you can buy dice if you want. That's just going to give me some threat.
I haven't acted, by the way, Ryan.
You have not.
Looking at my stuff. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to buy a dice.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, that's going to get you 4 dice.
But if I'm not mistaken, give me 2 seconds to flip my page.
Yeah.
Because I gave you threat, I can re-roll one of those dice.
Okay.
Yes, it is a talent of mine.
That's handy.
Yes.
All right.
Whenever I give you threat, using engineering, security, or science.
Bold.
Definitely security.
Very bold.
And the ship
Okay.
got its assist.
Oh, the ship got its assist. Nice.
Okay. Hell no.
Really?
Not even 2
Oh.
17s and a 15.
Well, you could use your determination to re-roll all of them.
Alright.
Doesn't the determination just give me what 2 successes already?
You can use it.
You can use it as that, or you could use it to re-roll all dice if you wanted to. But yeah, you could just take just. Use
Well, let me use my bold first and see if I can get something.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use my determination to re-roll. I have a 1 and a
Nice.
5.
That counts as 2. So
Yes.
You-
So that's 3, and then the 1 from the ship.
yeah, so you got it. So now you need to roll challenge dice for damage. I believe your ship does 6 from the torpedoes.
5.
5.
I have 1.
7.
8, 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have yet to roll these.
Oh, the phasers are 6, huh?
Yeah.
So 2. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah.
that 2 and an effect.
So 3.
So 3. I don't know. I don't have the.
3. I mean, the effects count as 1. as
Okay.
well.
And then high yield is the effect.
Yes, I don't have that in my stuff.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means if there's a breach, it makes an extra breach.
Got it. So that's what I got.
3.
3. Okay, I gotta roll and see what it hits.
Something good. It's personal request.
All right. See there? It hits the structure of the ship, so that takes 2 breaches.
Heck yeah.
Okay. Right in the.
And now they can't use their structure without a minor action.
Got it right in that structure.
Right in the structure.
Well, like things like re-energizing the shield involve structure, so I mean, it's not bad. Okay, they're gonna go. They're going to, restore the structural integrity, and then they are, for their task, they're gonna spend a power to go to impulse and get right up in your grill.
Oh, our grill.
They show poorly.
And then, they can't go again. They've already kept the initiative once, so they can't do anything. So I believe the last person to act is going to be Phalor.
Yep. All right. Baylor. is going to. So I'm in engineering. So I have mostly engineering type options here.
Yeah.
So
Can you engineer us a victory?
right, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the plan. I guess I'll just try to get that power back. The one power we have lost.
All right.
All right, power management. So I'm gonna roll. Sorry, control plus engineering.
It's daring or control plus.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. Sounds good.
I got. Oh, and I have a focus and starship power systems that I am using, and I got 1 success, which is 2 because of my focus.
Nice.
All right. You got what you needed. Exactly. And that's going to restore you back to full power.
Nice.
Got it, guys. We're at full power. Taking it to 11.
On the phasers, you can also like use power to add extra damage dice. So,
Oh, okay.
you know.
Okay.
Guys, we're all up in close.
All right. So it's back to the intrepid crew of the U.S.S. Garfield.
Yeah. Oh. Back to us again after that?
That was the end of the round. The other ship had no more actions left.
Oh, okay. So real quick, our communications are down.
Mhm.
Is that in a state where we just need to do a restore action?
Yeah, you could just restore it.
Okay. So yeah, I would like to.
Or actually, no, sorry, I misspoke.
They're jamming it.
They were jamming it. They are not jamming it. You guys did enough to them that they had to worry about restoring others. They have not restored their communication systems yet from the torpedo hit. So currently, you're not being jammed or anything.
Okay. So we can communicate.
Mhm.
Okay. So then my next question is, how far are we from our Nindara station?
Pretty far. At like warp 5, you're probably like 3 days away.
Okay. Too far. Okay. Well, I think let's see. We need. Yeah, I think I would like to command the helm to engage in an attack pattern.
Lasagna.
Lasagna. The one for up close and personal ship action.
The camera cuts to like all over the ship, just like the crew working as they hear you say attack pattern lasagna, and they all get just a moment of like, oh wow.
Now they know.
It's come to this.
You see people like holding on to things, bracing.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping for attack pattern Odie. That's where we fly behind them and shoot them from underneath to launch them off the table.
Oh, okay. See, I just assumed this one we're just like layering the phaser arrays.
7 layers.
It's a lasagna of pain.
If at any point I ever have time to put something together, I'm totally gonna put a U.S.S. Garfield technical manual together. It's like a zine or something that will just have all of the attack patterns.
I hate Mondays. Go.
Attack pattern Arbuckle.
So, in one bold movement, Zard is going to scream, "Starfleet is my family!" Leave no one behind. Never back down.
You can't use every single one of your focuses.
No, these are
values at one
values.
time.
They're values.
I'm sorry, values.
I know. I just wanted to illustrate how well they all apply.
I will give you your determination for that. Yes, is your.
I am going to use that determination. It's a difficulty 2 task, and then I'm going to roll my dice and see if I can generate some momentum.
Okay, you're going to. Wait, what are you doing? Sorry.
It's I'm moving into attack pattern lasagna. I spent
I think Nick did that, right?
No, he commanded me.
I just commanded.
Oh, you just commanded him. Got it. Sorry. Okay, my mistake. Got it.
Make it so.
So I got 5 successes total, so we generated 3 momentum, and I spent a determination to get us there. And we are in attack pattern. It costs 1 power.
Actually, when I do it, am I able to like assist in that way when I kind of like command, like if I give a specific,
So you can do it once per scene where you direct and then you assist, and it becomes the like the normal thing that that they don't or sorry. You can do it once per round when you do a direct. Or not round, once per scene when you do a direct, and it doesn't take that player's action.
Also, full disclosure, I rolled for the ship and rolled a 20 for the ship.
Damn.
But I would say in the instance of an attack pattern and you knowing a little bit about piloting, I would say you can just generally assist in this. Like you can pull up your console and your plug in.
Awesome.
I'm not going to do that for everything, but I think, sense the captain could.
I also have I have a talent, my advisor talent, when I assist using command, the player I'm assisting can re-roll 1d20.
Yeah, I think you can definitely do that.
So Christian, you can, or
since
Dart.
I rolled for the ship, can I re-roll the ship's d20?
Probably not.
Come on.
All right. Well, then it's still going to be just the 5 successes and then the ship's blunder.
And then I did get my assist was successful. So.
All right, sounds good. I'm just gonna say that complication gives me a threat, because you maybe you tilt it in such a way that the pilot on the Warbird can kind of see your hand a little bit and says oh, they're entering. We've never seen an attack pattern quite like this before, but we know it's gonna be something.
Is it the L4 sign attack pattern?
All right. So, do you guys want to keep the initiative, or what are we doing?
Well,
Azolar.
Yes, we do.
They already used this.
Oh.
Yeah, you have 3 momentum, so it would cost 2 to keep.
We have 4 because Christian
Oh yeah, you're right. 4.
or Nick assisted.
all right.
Um,
Then yeah, I guess keep it, and we can fire.
Okay.
Fire?
Are we phasers range now, too?
You're definitely phaser range.
Yeah.
yes.
Feel sorry for those bugs.
I mean, I was wondering though, do we want to fire right away, or do we want to cycle up the shields?
What do you mean cycle up the shields?
I mean, modulate the shields.
I mean,
Which that basically gives us resistance.
Ooh.
okay.
But we could also just blast the heck out of them. What if they move?
Yeah. This might be our chance.
I want to blast them.
Get him with that phaser.
I'm down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go into attack pattern lasagna for nothing. You enter that.
Put ourselves at great risk.
There's no turning back.
So many layers to this attack pattern.
We'll light him up with these layers of phasers then.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I'll spend 2 momentum to keep the initiative, and I'll spend 1 more on an extra die.
Okay.
And the phasers are, I'll roll to hit first.
Are you going to target any part of the ship?
Oh yes, I'll be targeting their weapons.
Okay.
All right, that is Let's see, I need to roll under. All right, so that's 6 successes from me. And then for the ship, that will be another success. So that's 7 successes.
Yeah, in the attack pattern reduced the difficulty, so it's only 2 is what you needed. So
Okay.
So we just got 5 momentum.
Get some momentum back.
you're
Nice.
full up on momentum,
All right.
which could be used for another swift action for the second layer of phaser lasagna.
Uh-huh. Bringing it
Snap.
up. And is there anything I can do with the momentum with the attack dice?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I know you can use it to like add damage straight up. I'm not sure if you can buy additional attack dice for it, but
I'll do the first roll. Let's see how that goes.
let me see.
Yeah, the first roll's terrible. So if I can do something to reroll some of these dice, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, bonus damage repeatable. A character can increase the damage inflicted by a successful attack. 1 momentum gets you 1 damage. If you spend another 2, that gets you another damage. If you spend another 3, that gets you another damage. So the amount you have to spend for each additional damage keeps increasing by 1.
There's not just like a straight up reroll though.
Let me take a look. Yeah, for 1 you can re-roll any number of dice from the current attack.
Okay, and I'll do that because 5 of the dice were just straight up nothing.
Okay. You can do both. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're at 5 momentum after the re-roll.
All right, looking a lot better.
Okay.
So that will be 7 plus 3 effects.
Okay,
And
so
the effects on the phasers are
that's 10 total?
No.
no. It's 7 total.
Oh, okay.
And the phaser arrays have versatile 2 and spread. I think
Red. Yeah.
Red. Yes.
spread's pretty cool.
I don't know what either of those do off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Brad's
That's
got
okay.
it.
Versatile X. The attack gains X points of bonus momentum if successful.
Ooh.
So that could be 3
So
points
2.
of bonus momentum.
Okay, you're up to... Well, Brad, maybe you should spend some extra
Or
damage
just 2.
first.
Yeah, just 2. You're right. Yeah, I think yeah. Why don't we just bring the damage up to 10 then, with all that momentum?
So that will cost you... That'll cost you the remaining 5.
Okay, because the last one, it goes up each time.
Yeah,
it's
Let's just
additive.
up to 9 then. So that leaves 3.
you should go up to 10.
I'll go up to 10. I'll go up to 10. Why not? And then it has a spread, which is the attack inflicts multiple hits. For each effect rolled, the attack inflicts 1 additional hit to a random system.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. So
Lasagna is deadly.
you
Yeah.
dropped their shields. So first, let's see what happens with the 1 breach to the weapon system.
Because that'll bring it up to 3 breaches on that, right?
Yep. So that is damage. So they are going to have to physically repair the system, which would take a whole action, and they would have to roll for success on it. And then random systems for how many? For 2?
It
For every effect, right?
for each effect, and there were 3 effects.
Okay.
It does half as much damage for the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's weird. You hit their engines once and then their weapons twice. All right. So their weapons are completely disabled.
Woo.
Yeah.
And their engines are not yet damaged, but they would have to spend a turn to get their damage or to restore to back online. So all right. So the Romulan Warbird is going to take its action for a minor action. It's going to restore its engines. And then, it has no weapons, so it's going to try and go to warp. Do you want to chase it?
We have to.
Yeah, we can't let these parasites get away.
Well, we know it's faster than us, right? Can it just straight up go into warp faster than we can, or?
This is a betting game, so they're going to spend power, and you have to spend an amount of power to try and catch them.
Okay.
What are we at power-wise?
Yeah.
I took it to 11.
Yeah.
Oh. Alright.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Catch that warbird.
So tell me how much power. I'm going to write down a number.
Oh God.
And then you tell me how much power you're spending.
And if we're under,
They get away?
They get away.
Yeah.
and if we're over,
You catch
We
it.
catch them.
oh, so
Could we launch a probe to attach to their ship? James Bond-esque style.
Not before they go to warp. It's their turn.
We can't flick a spacefaring cigarette butt at him that has a trap.
Elliot, I don't think you understand how much he cares about his family, and that Starfleet is his family.
And I never back down.
And he never backs down.
backing down.
I feel like Christian, we just Clockwork Orange style subject you to some Star Trek at some point, so that you can understand the pace at which things move in Star Trek.
I just have a thirst for action.
When the libraries open up, just go hang out in the library for a couple hours, and that's the pace of your average Star Trek.
There's an episode of Star Trek in which Jean-Luc Picard lives a full, complete life as another person.
Oh.
And then at the end of the episode, he has learned how to play the flute. That is about the speed at which we're talking.
So
Well, if I wanted to experience that, I
9.
would just invest in my own life.
That's what Starfleet wants you to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so give me a number, Captain, as you command.
So wait, real quick.
Yeah.
But what is the downside of me just saying all of our power?
11. Yeah.
What's our?
Okay. Well, then if you catch them, you have no power.
Right.
Oh. Okay. Right.
Can we spend more than 9, or?
We also have no idea how
You
much.
cannot spend more than 9. You cannot go faster than 1.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
don't have the Traveler on board.
Well,
Saying, 9 sounds intense, but we gotta catch them.
we have to catch them, and not everything is costing us power just to do. Right.
Yeah.
We've got my commanding officer in the engine room, so I'm sure our power situation will be under control.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with 9.
All right. The rare instance in which a ship goes warp 9, and
Buckle up. Forgot to say it. We're going.
you just did one of these.
Engage.
Okay.
Now I say, let's do it. All right to say hit it. And that's my thing.
Go big or go home.
So did we get there before them, or?
Did you go big enough?
Yeah, you got there before. So you get there, have your time to maneuver around, and then the warbird just comes out of warp a minute later. A full 5 minutes later. You guys are just.
Yeah. I had enough time to go to the replicator and say, tea, Earl Grey hat.
Yeah.
No one escapes attack pattern lasagna.
Great.
So you find yourselves in the Moana system. It is called the Moana system. I didn't name it. And you're over in Ocean World. And it is now your action. You are down to 2 power.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Yeah.
I will take an action to restore some power.
Okay.
And actually, I realized last time we made it difficulty 2. It's actually difficulty 0 for me from
Oh, right.
from engineering. But I'm gonna roll anyway. The only thing that seems dubious, so it says daring control difficulty 2, which can succeed at cost. On success, the ship gains 1 power plus 1 power per momentum spent. Okay, so I can buy more power as I go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, got it. All right, so I'm gonna roll. I have my focus and ship power, starship power systems. But this is difficulty 0, and I also got a 1. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Nice.
How much of that momentum do you want to spend
Good
on power?
I am going to spend 5 momentum on power.
Okay, so that's going to get you 6 power.
Yep.
Which gets you back up to 8. It's now the Romulans' turn. They have no weapons. Their engines are damaged. Their communications are damaged.
We're going to do the Star Trek thing and hunt them down like dogs.
There is no escape.
They're going to throw up their cloak.
Oh. Okay.
What?
Well, they have no shields either, so they're doing
Jam that cloak.
All right, they are cloaked.
Okay.
I don't accept this.
Does our cloak representative
Cloak sense cloak?
specialist, Degas, is he able to? Does he have any knowledge on like?
Yeah, I'll say he could assist a scan for a cloaked vessel to look up.
Yeah, tachyon particles.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
Oh, you need me to do that scan?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
probably.
you're gonna have to do a sensor sweep for tachyon particles. Difficulty 3.
Did we say Degas assists?
Yeah. So Degas he gets 1 success.
I get 2 successes, and I also rolled for the ship if nobody else did, and I got a success there as well.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's gonna get you 1 momentum, and so you're at 2 momentum total now, and you are pretty sure you know exactly where the warbird is.
It's right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the warbird's turn. It thinks it's cloaked. It's not so much. It starts heading towards the planet, trying to get and it's descending, like it's trying to go into the atmosphere of the planet. It's going to spend a power to move at impulse here. And go ahead.
Do we know anything about this planet?
Is
this charted? And
yeah, it is charted a little bit. Like nothing in the Shackleton Expanse has been like fully explored, but it is a habitable Class H world that's like 95% ocean. There's like 1 small landmass on it.
okay, thank you.
No problem.
I think we should see where they lead us. What do you think, crew?
See where they what?
See where they lead us.
Oh, yes. I back this up.
If we're going to do that, sir, I suggest that we cloak ourselves as well.
I agree.
Nice.
So I'll ask Degas to cloak us again. Great job.
This might be a time to communicate back to Admiralty. What's going on?
Yeah, give them an
Might I suggest?
Yeah, good idea.
All right, comms are open. Well, just before you do that, their ability to pick up your, like, they wouldn't know what you're saying, but like
they'd pick up
they would know there's comms going out.
Mm.
Aren't their comms down a little bit, or
not down? They're I mean, they're not completely damaged yet. They've been impact. Oh no, you're right. They never restored them. So yeah, they're totally screwed. Go for it. You can call whoever you want.
Can I get a determination? I'm the captain's second opinion.
Yeah, you can.
Thanks.
All right. So yeah, you contact the Admiralty, and they're like, "What's going on?"
So we're gonna update that.
Just a little booty call for the Admiralty. You up?
And the admiral you guys usually talk to. So Nichev's like, she's like, wait, Moana 3, the ocean planet?
Yep, that very same.
Oh, this is very strange. Well, this is the second time I've heard of this planet that is uninhabited except by local flora and fauna for within the last couple of days. We had a issue with an insubordinate Starfleet member, an engineer, who I just found out about this. It wasn't someone under my command or whatever, but he was given an order and he was obsessed with tracking down the neural parasites, and we told him we already had someone on it and that we needed him elsewhere. And so he hijacked the ship and took it to Moana 3.
Oh.
So,
rather serious.
Ensign Grissel.
Ah. Oh no.
So, Captain, pursue the infested Romulan ship. We're going to try and open up some sort of a form of communication with the Romulan Star Empire to see if we don't know how compromised the Star Empire is at this point. We don't know if the whole empire has become infested, but if it hasn't, this may be a bridge to some sort of lasting peace, but pursue the warbird down to the planet, and figure out what's going down there. And if you are able, please retrieve Ensign Grissel.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Let's hit it.
So you guys, you get in close, and the warbird enters a regular orbit cloaked around the planet, which would be something you'd do if you were going to beam people down to the planet. Okay. So for now, we'll say Pejortis just gets you in a close enough regular orbit so that you are able to like keep tabs based on like you're able to pull some magic based on like where you knew the tachyon particles were and what their speed was, and be like, okay, as long as they don't change course or speed, we should be able to follow them. But if they do anything crazy, you might not know about it.
Right. Okay. So we're just kind of following them as they are in orbit.
Yeah, and they kind of blink in for a minute, which probably means they're transporting people, you would guess.
Got it. Okay. Are we able to scan and find out the location of where they're transporting to?
Sure. Just make let's say a control and engineering assisted by control plus science, aided by the ship's sensors plus science.
Could I'll ask. Is Wyatt up at the helm?
Yep.
I'm around.
All right, great. I'll ask Wyatt to scan for that.
There they went. You said control and science?
Mm-hmm.
For the ship.
That's 2 successes.
The ship gets an assist.
Does my Starship computer systems or... Yeah, does that come into play?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 successes.
Okay. Got you some momentum. Taking you up to 5 momentum. And you track them down to the one island that is on this planet, like the very small landmass. And you're reading an incredible power signature down on the ground.
Another question: can we scan for the ship that Griselle made off with? Is that going to be a?
Yeah.
Very good question. I'm going to give you determination for that. Always thinking of your Starfleet brothers and sisters.
God, if I had a Pabst Blue Ribbon, I'd crush it on my head right now.
Yeah, totally. Same scan.
You can just replicate one. It's fine.
Okay. I was not paying attention to the parameters of that scan.
Okay, actually, this is going to be engineering because you're scanning for a ship. So this is going to be, go ahead and do control plus security. And you are aided by the ship's sensors plus security.
And I will use the determination for 2 successes off the bat. And then I also have 2 additional successes, so that's 4. Is someone rolling for the ship?
Yes.
Okay.
Ship feeds.
So 5 total successes on that.
Oh, God. Okay, you're maxed out on momentum. Yeah, Griselle's ship is in the same place, but it looks like it has crashed.
Captain, should we potentially try and hail Griselle? Maybe he has more pieces to this puzzle.
Would we be able to just beam him up if he's down there?
You're
Not
not
without dropping our cloak.
you not without dropping your cloak, but you're not able to pick him up. Just the ship.
Okay.
And from what we know about these parasites and how they're infusing them into people, that messes their DNA. So wouldn't that make the pattern for beaming them up different than what it initially was? If we knew of
Potentially, yeah, it would make it more difficult. You also, from orbit, you're not exactly able to pick out a dude unless he's a member of your crew and you have that pattern on file and you're
yeah.
It would be difficult to scan for him, let alone transporting would be fine, but scanning for him would be pretty tricky.
Okay.
So, but the location the ship went down.
Yeah.
And can we attempt to hail it? Are we still in combat right now, or is this kind of free action?
No, we can just say we're just rolling. You could attempt to hail it, but it has crashed, so we don't know if it works. But that's totally you can try.
Never hurts to try.
Yeah. I think we might need to get some eyes on the ground here.
Okay, so you hail,
Or the
no
water.
response.
There's a little bit of ground.
Okay. So the small landmass, how small are we talking?
It's a small jungle island. It's the size of Hawaii, but you know where the Romulans beamed, or the parasitic host Romulans beamed down to,
Right.
and you know where the large power signature is coming from.
Okay. And what's the distance between those 2 things and also the crash ship?
They're the same place.
Oh, they're all
right on top of each other.
place. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
I feel like we should try and hail the Romulan ship one more time and like
Their communications are down.
Shot down their.
You did blow up their communication.
Blur that up a little bit.
I think we just need to assemble an away team, and get down.
Our ass is down there.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
see what's going on. Yeah.
All right, Captain, who's on the away team?
Well, we're gonna need our science officer. Obviously, we're gonna need a security detail. So let's get a Zolar and another member of the Zolar's choosing, I suppose.
Signs.
And then, yeah, perhaps
Yeah.
science, right?
Mine's always been good backup.
I can play. I assume Pajortis is going to stay on the ship here. Is that
Yeah, unless it's because I'm assuming beaming down is our best option here rather than the shuttle, given the.
You might want Wyatt to stay.
Either way, your cloak's coming down. Well, either way, you're going to give up the ghost.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we might as well just beam down for simplicity.
Transporters and stuff.
Yeah. And we should just keep an eye on the ship and see if they're able to repair those weapons. So just keep
That's
that
the point.
monitored.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe Pajortis stay here to stay in control of the helm in the event of you need to take some evasive action with the ship.
all right, Captain? And then I can play Zines as we go down to the.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Real quick, are we doing anything with our Trill captive?
I mean, they're in the hold right now, or in the
The
brig.
brig.
Got it.
Oh yeah, we could definitely try and squeeze them. Like, see if we can get some more information out of this person. It'd be pretty trill if we did.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Check that curmudgeon shit at the door, my friend. It's gonna be so troll when we interrogate him.
We don't have to do. We can leave him in the hold. Or you guys can leave him in the hold. It's up to you. I just wanted to know where he was. If he was just like drugged, laying on the floor of the transporter.
No, he's locked up.
Rather. Okay. All right. So we brought Zines. Who else are we bringing? Anybody else? Supporting characters wise, or is it just Zines the only member that's not senior staff who's going?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because we want a couple engineers, so we want Baylor and Wyatt there, I think, to figure out what this intense energy signal is, right? So
Yeah. Who was the other the other Bajoran? Our translator?
Lee.
Yeah.
I think we're
Lee is-
mixing up Lee and Zines.
Signs is security.
Zines is security, right?
Mhm.
And Lee is
Transporter chief.
yeah.
And Zines is Bajoran and Lee is
No.
No,
Yeah,
it's
Zines
you
is
got 'em
Andorian.
reversed.
Lee is
every time.
Jordan.
Yeah, we have the Andorian security team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so Lee can stay on the ship and transport us.
Great. I'm not even going to make you guys roll for that because you're using the transporter pad. Technically, it's difficulty 1 task still, but we're going to say it's just going to happen. Okay. I think this is a good time for our break. And when we return, we're just going to take, 5, at most 10 minutes here, probably more like 5. And we'll be back with the exciting conclusion to the Pierced Veil. Christian, if you could take us to the break.
Aye, Captain.
All right. So you guys beam down to this jungle world, and already in the distance, you can probably tell where the power source is coming from. Is this giant alien, like stonish, metalish architecture just kind of springs up in the distance, and you're a few clicks away.
Okay. Well, let's proceed with caution. Do we have? Can we, I guess, find out any like? Do we know if this structure, this large stone metal structure, is like a new thing, or is this a thing that's on record as a part of this planet?
You're a little too far away to scan with tricorders.
Okay.
No. Also, did anybody want to bring anything?
I was going to ask, do we want to get a loadout real quick?
I wanted to bring a grenade.
Okay.
All right.
We don't know how many people are down here, but we know most likely it's just hostiles.
All right. How much threat do I get for you bringing a grenade?
It might be opportunity 1, escalation 2.
Okay. So I get. All right. You're down to 5 momentum because it's the start of a new scene. Do you want to spend that 1 opportunity out of momentum, or just give me the other threat?
We'll spend a momentum on that.
Okay.
Also, Zines, I'm going to bring a blade, a sword. I'm going to bring a mech-glass, whatever that might be, because...
A Klingon weapon.
A Klingon sword?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Okay, what is that going to give me?
You get 1 opportunity for that.
Okay.
Just because, you know?
Well, I think you're also like a exotic weapons expert as well.
Yeah, I was going to let that come up naturally instead of just blasting my focuses this time. I had a fresh start, and I will use my alien exotic melee weapon.
You're already full on determination anyways, so... Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think of anything else I could bring.
I'm gonna bring pattern enhancer.
Yeah, that's
I was
always
thinking that.
That is the Phalar like family crest is just like 3 pattern enhancers.
Do we have a medical kit? We already have one of those.
What's the cost on the pattern enhancers?
It's 1.
Okay.
I still think duct tape should be on the list.
Duct tape.
I can find a use for it. Pretty much.
And it's no threat, I think, right?
Yeah.
Duct tape.
I think that's standard, like Starfleet. Like
It's an ancient human relic that I carry with me at all times.
It's 21st century relic.
It's been passed down for generations in my family.
Mm-hmm.
It just like feeds out of the bottom of a tricorder.
Okay.
Was there something else someone wanted to bring though? After pattern enhancer?
A med kit.
Okay. How much?
I'm looking right now. Is it free? It's like one of those things that it's like, well, if you want this, it's a part of the med kit. Mm-hmm. But then there's nothing in there for the med kit itself.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful game, and I can't say I speak highly of it all the time. Modiphius, if anybody ever stumbles across this video, my only ask, more tables in the second edition.
Yeah.
More tables and like an index of where the tables are.
Oh, so, okay. A med kit has a cost of opportunity 1 for non-medical personnel. I would say I am medical personnel.
Yeah, I would say you count.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I can think of is a holographic camera. It records down to the micron level. You can recreate events on the holodeck if you want.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's actually not terrible, especially since we're, planning on most likely killing a bunch of Romulans.
What?
Look, real.
Right.
We're,
Hey,
we're not
whoa,
making preference
whoa,
here.
whoa, whoa.
We're gonna kill them.
Yeah,
The
I think
Romulans-
you bring in
I
exotic
was
sword,
Wyatt,
but
it's
not
very
set everyone
important for
up.
you to realize that the Romulans are already dead.
They're not Romulans anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe this
I
is an
get that.
opportunity for
You
us
guys
to
get
bring
that,
this.
but the Romulan Empire get that.
We're killing parasites, not Romulans.
Okay, well,
What if the parasites are just people too?
So now we know we need to have a few drinks before the start of the game to really get things interesting. That's
No, I love that. I love that Wyatt has become the character who says the quiet thing loud. Like, has very much become a part of that character for me.
I told you she's awkward.
I mean, we're gonna have to kill all these Romulans.
we have to kill them.
And there's like none. All the rest of the Starfleet professionals just like, Starfleet's doing
In the Romulan shell.
it. Okay, so we got everything we need, right?
I believe so.
All right. So you're in the jungle.
Proceed. Yeah, so I guess let's just proceed with caution. How long do we estimate it would take to get to this big structure?
Maybe an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, just we'll proceed with caution. Just phasers to stun on alert. And I guess maybe just we could be scanning nearby life forms, like we don't want to be snuck up on.
Okay.
Well,
Right.
if we're dealing with the parasites, these phasers can't be on stun, right?
This is true.
What did I say?
This is true. But I still feel more comfortable with us, like, roaming the jungle with them on stun, I guess. Like,
Okay.
flip them to kill
Lethal.
when necessary.
Okay. You can roll for
Really
it.
putting mine on lethal right now.
If you want insight plus security, just to like have a constant scan going if someone wants to do that. And we'll say you can assist it. Someone can assist it just to have two people with. You
Yeah.
just need to know that there's two people.
We are two security folks.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a roll for like what, security and insight maybe, or
Yeah. Security insight. We'll just call it a difficulty 1.
okay.
And then I can assist on that?
Yeah.
All right. Woohoo!
That's 2 successes for me.
2 successes from me as well.
All right, cool. So we're getting an extra 3 momentum, getting you back up to 5. Yeah, so you're walking through the jungle, and you realize off in the brush, not too far away, there is a. Oh, Christine's walking down the stairs too.
I know. I thought she was dancing for a second.
Yeah, I just realized. Yes, our dog is outside barking. Thank you, Christine.
It gives it a weird music video vibe.
Yeah, it's like an 80s. Anyway, sorry.
I was enjoying being in the mall.
Christine is now in our backyard. The lighting has changed.
Right, Peter Gabriel? Kind of like that.
Yeah, for those at home, like Christine and I are usually in different rooms when we do this because I have like a multi-monitor setup for my laptop in my office, in like our office area, which is helpful for running this game. Like I have everything on one screen and then like rules and stuff on another screen. So there's not really like in this office, there's not really like another desk area. So Christine's down the hall. And other office / guest bedroom, and it's very strange, like when we take breaks to like walk out the door and be like, how are you doing, like all right, so
All right. Field trip over.
Nothing even.
Little side trip in the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Run through the
Check
jungle.
out some of the fauna, the local fauna.
Nice.
So you guys sense a life form like kind of like in the brush, not too far from the little path you're on, and it's human.
Is that our boy? Is that a Grisel?
Mhm.
I think we definitely just like relay that information immediately
Oh yeah.
to the entire group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Pursue.
Could be. Hopefully, it's our friend Grisel.
And hopefully it's still them too.
Yeah.
So Pejorator starts heading in there. You all start heading that direction. Pejorator's out front.
Zines.
Oh, sorry, Zine's out front, and like a primitive rope, like hook trap, like scoops Zines up by the leg, and Zines is dangling. And then from the other direction, Grisel comes out with like a phaser rifle, pointed, just kind of in everybody's general direction. Grisel has clearly been here a while, like
Does he have like crazy island wild man hair?
Yeah, and like no communicator badge, and like the, you know, the he's got like the Deep Space Nine era uniform with like the sweater vest, but like no shirt underneath it, and like you know like dark paint underneath the eyes and stuff, and a, you know, he's made some sort of head covering out of the other part of his uniform.
Okay.
So, my boy, you've gone native.
And he's just like, nobody move. And he's like,
everything's fine.
I just need to ask you some questions. Then I'll put the gun away.
Okay.
Ask away.
Kind of difficult to move when I'm dangling here.
There's quiet, and he like really twitchily points the phaser rifle up at Zines, and he's just like, all right, Captain, what was the name of the ship we first met on?
Oh boy. Let me.
There have been so many ships.
The U.S.S. Providence.
Okay.
Correct.
But you could have looked that up. You're one of them. You could have looked that up from.
I knew that. I knew that.
Records.
You.
Well, that's good. When we met on the Providence, when we were on that mission near the Cardassian border, you remember who the captain of the Providence was during that conflict?
Yeah, that was Captain Kelly.
All right. He looks real pissed. He's like, we weren't ever by the Cardassian border. And just like,
well, you know, it's hard to answer these questions when you've got the gun pointed at me.
All right. And he puts the gun like slightly aside. He's like, turn around so I can see the back of your neck.
All right,
I turn around.
Go around.
All right. And like looks at the back of everybody's neck.
We're all fine here.
Now yours, Grisel.
And he goes and twirls Zines around, and so you can see the back of her neck. And then he like shows you his, and there's no gill on the back of his neck. And he just takes like a deep breath. He's like, okay, wow, it's really you.
Can you cut me down now, Grisel?
And he just like fires one phaser shot like at the rope, and Zines just like
okay.
We got a problem here, Captain.
Yes, we do, but we're all in this together.
Yeah, well, we might not be for too much longer. So that over there, and he points at like the big structure in the distance. He's like, that is an inactive, or what was inactive until maybe 48 hours ago, Iconian Gateway.
Iconian Gateway?
Yeah, so for people who are not super familiar with Next Gen, the Iconians are like the precursor race of the Star Trek universe. Okay. They are a long extinct, no one knows anything about them, alien civilization that spanned the entire galaxy before, you know, mammals first clung to trees, and, you know.
Right.
And they, this is all out of character, this is just exposition from me, but we know from a couple episodes of Next Gen and one that's in Deep Space Nine that the Iconians were able to travel from point to point throughout the entire galaxy instantaneously using these Iconian gateways that they built. It's technology we've never been able to replicate or understand. There have been a couple attempts, but usually they have been intentionally sabotaged because that kind of power is like, would change the entire course of history. So at this point in the timeline, Starfleet has encountered an Iconian gateway. The Enterprise did, and they shut that shit down. But if the parasites got it, they could go anywhere they wanted instantly.
They're not just one-to-one gateways?
No, they are not. Like, a gateway can take you anywhere in the galaxy.
Oh.
Okay. And Griselle said this was inactive until 48 hours ago? Or...
Well, he's not sure if they've got the gateway working yet, but they've definitely got something going on there because there's a giant power surge coming out of that giant rock over there, and there's nothing that I can read as circuitry or a computer or anything. It is just literally whatever mineral. By the way, it's a mineral not in Star. Like, he's totally crazy at this point. Just like, it's a mineral that's not even in Starfleet's database. It's a mineral that exists. It's just radiating like powers, like it's 1,000 warp cores strapped together.
Okay.
So we gotta kill that too.
Well, we're gonna figure this out together. So, let's. How long have you been here, and how did you? I mean, what led you here?
Well, after everything went down on the Providence, I got reassigned to a ship that got stationed outside of the Kortar space station. We were to help the Klingons with some repairs or whatever. And while we were there, I found some records, and it seems like someone was conducting some really strange experiments with like joined and unjoined trill, it looked like, but they were trying to do it with a Klingon. So I put two and two together, and I'm thinking like, well, that's got to be the parasites. They have to be doing it. And then this Romulan warbird comes out of cloak and picks up the Tellarite ship that we were there watching, and then leaves, and everybody's acting like they didn't see anything or whatever. So I don't know what to make of it. So anyways, I told my commanding officer that we had to get out of there. But before we could get out of there, the Klingons vented the entire station. So my whole crew dies, and I get out in the escape pod. And then I get in the escape pod, and I get sent back to Neander Station because I get picked up by anyways, so then I'm at Neander Station. I'm like, we gotta do something about this. And they're like, you're traumatized. I didn't pass my psych eval or whatever. And I was just like, I'll take care of myself. And I just took a shuttle.
I see. Well, seems like you've been through a lot, and we've been one step behind you in all of this. Like, we were at the station and everything, the Klingon station. So yeah, I guess I'm trying to impress upon him that, like, we believe him, like,
okay. He's like a little bit calmed down. He's like, yeah, so the only mammal that lives on this planet, the only like food source I've been able to find, emits like a low level toxin that acts as a narcotic in humans. So I'm a little bit on edge most of the time lately.
I see.
Like, we don't really have replicators here. It's just so I've been here for like 6 days.
Doctor, can we get him anything to ease his nerves a little bit, or?
I mean, if he wants it.
I mean, I would take food first, but yeah, sure. I feel fine. I feel fine.
Whatever.
He's just like scratching at this point while we're having this conversation. So
can you go up to the ship, Griselle?
No way. I'm seeing this thing through. We got to figure this out. I'm the only one who put it together. You all put it together too, but other than you, I'm the only one who put it together.
Are there any other traps that we need to know about on this island that you may have set up?
Lots. But if I'm here, I can tell you where they are. And you don't have to walk in there.
You have a ration in that pack? In that emergency kit?
I'm sure.
You got an MRE. Someone does.
Can I just kind of give him a little once over too, just to make sure that he's okay? I'm gonna do what is that? Reason and medicine.
Mhm.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a momentum for that. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely like on space drugs, but you can counteract it no problem. Like
Okay.
a
Let me
future.
let me try to neutralize that toxin.
Yeah, that's gonna be a reason plus science, just difficulty 1 again.
I got a 1 and a 2.
Okay, you're maxed out on momentum. Grisel goes and throws up in the bushes, and then like a minute later, he's totally fine. He's just
So much better.
oh wow.
Well,
Like, why do I do my clothes? Jesus,
feel even better once we comb some of those fleas out of your beard.
All right, so Grisel's level-headed, and he's like, "Yep, we can just follow me. I'll lead us there. I'll walk us around the traps, and you guys are walking." He's pointing out, like, "Yep, don't step there," or like every couple of feet.
Okay.
And you reach this giant monolithic structure. So the dirt path soon ends at this like enormous staircase formed from natural basalt columns. At the top, dense shrubs and tall grass grow around the foot of a snow-capped mountain. A triangular stone and metal structure covered in creeping vines just out of the side of the mountain slope. And you see, like, as you get there, like a little neural parasite just scurry underneath the door. It's like triangular door with no opening, but just like a little crack at the bottom.
Oh. Okay.
Can I tell if this is a volcano?
You would have been able to tell when you did your sensor sweeps from space. It's not a volcano.
Okay.
Good to know.
And do we know of, I mean, we haven't really seen or studied too much about the parasites when they're on us. Okay.
Didn't Dr. Charles put one in a jar? Like a live one?
No. I found some that were floating in a fluid.
Dead ones.
Those ones were definitely dead.
Yeah.
No, the one that came out of somebody's head.
Oh, no, I put that one in a med kit.
Yes, that did happen.
Yeah.
It was still alive, wasn't it?
Well, you said a jar.
Okay.
So you were clearly wrong.
Container.
Vessel.
Yeah, we did that, but we killed it or something. It's just one of those Star Trek loose ends.
I think we're gonna say it's in stasis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dropped a real heavy book on it.
Yeah. We put it in a closet and we haven't been brave enough to open it.
More experiments, that's all.
Okay.
It's my value of hungry to learn.
Understandable. Do we have any knowledge based on Starfleet's previous experience with the these communication gates? Like, would we know how they work at all or how to stop them?
No one really knows how they work.
Okay.
Grenade.
But we and
Grenades.
Yeah. Well, a grenade work. Okay.
Grenade work, probably.
Grenade?
Yeah, a grenade would probably work on like the gateway itself. Like that's how the ones have been destroyed in the past, is with explosives.
Oh, okay.
But as far as like how to get get there and stuff, like how their technology works, no one's at this point been able to figure it out.
Right. Okay. So I guess does Grisel suggest anything as we approach this door?
Yeah. No, he doesn't suggest anything. He's just like, yeah, I haven't been able to get this close. This is like until that warbird came into orbit, this is the this is the closest I've been, because prior to this there were always Romulan guards around. I was trying to like whittle them down when they'd go out looking for food or whatever, but yeah, I haven't actually tried to access the building yet.
We know that a bunch beamed down, or I guess we know something was beaming down here, but we haven't really seen evidence of that, I guess.
And we didn't really see a number, or we didn't get a good count on them.
Yeah.
I'd like to spend a momentum to get more information. And I would like to know if there's an alternate way in, or if we see any other obvious paths.
Okay. So you see that there are a bunch of symbols around the triangular gateway. And that there is like a disc in the middle that has those same symbols on it. And you just, through general knowledge of stuff, are like, this is probably some sort of security mechanism. Like we probably need to figure out how these are supposed to align.
So I have a value of being a puzzle solver.
Oh,
So
yeah, that definitely works.
I would like to attempt to solve the puzzle.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to involve just translation, really. No one has like alien languages or something like that as a focus, do they?
No, I have
Alien energy sources.
I have anthropology.
I'm gonna say no. This is gonna say this is a difficulty 4 task to try and figure it out.
Well, I'm gonna use my determination today.
That takes you down to 1 remaining determination.
And no, I just got 1 for being a puzzle solver, so I was up to 3.
Took you to 2. Oh, you should be at 3? Oh, my bad. Okay, well then you're down to 2.
Yep. And then I'm going to buy a die with momentum.
Okay, taking you down to 4.
So and then so my determination that I spent gets us 2 successes already.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have veteran, Christine?
I do. Yes, thank you for the reminder.
No problem.
And that roll, I do not get that back. All right. But I am so successful. I got three successes.
Okay, well you're back.
So we got 5.
Yeah, that is great. You are back up to 5 momentum. Yeah, you're able to just spin the doohickeys around until they all line up in the right way, and the gateway opens.
Woo!
So you determine the correct sequence to key into the panel, and when you activate the mechanism, the blue triangle appears in the stone, and like a smaller triangle inside of the triangle, and the stone just vanishes. Suddenly the stone within the triangle becomes translucent. Its molecular structure seems to have changed, allowing you to pass through it into a small chamber. Once inside the chamber begins a slow descent into an underground complex.
This is absolutely wonderful.
All right, so the lift comes to a stop, and a large triangle of blue energy hums to life on one of the walls. The stone within the triangle turns translucent, revealing a corridor beyond. Small glowing blue triangles of light that are like these doorways you've been walking through. There's 2 of them. There's like one off to the left and one off to the right.
Do I hear anything to the one to the right?
You can kind of hear the hum of energy all around you, but nothing readily beyond that.
Do we smell anything?
It smells damp where you're at, but
Picking up any life signs with like a basic scan of the tricorder.
so the you can try. It's going to be difficulty 5 because the whatever this is made out of is wreaking havoc on your tricorder.
Okay, I think I'll probably just look at the tricorder and see how vague the readings are, and
Yeah, it's
attempt it.
all over the place.
So I have a focus in alien energy sources,
Okay.
and I'd like to just do a scan to see if I can figure out what this energy source is.
Okay.
And I am going to use insight, or actually reason plus science.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. And what's the difficulty on that?
Oh, difficulty is going to be a 5 again.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a die, and then all right. Woohoo! All right. So I got a 1 and then 2 other successes. So that is a lot of momentum and success.
Yeah, so that's going to max you back out.
Right.
Yeah, so let me find this here. All right, so there's no circuitry of any kind, but the whole chamber is glowing based on your scan with geothermal energy from the planet's core. And you also know that it's powering a giant deflector shield around this entire structure.
All right, I'm gonna relay that to the team.
Okay.
So blowing it up from orbit, not an option.
Yeah.
Luckily, you only bring 1 grenade?
One's all you need.
Zolar's just spinning the ring around on his finger.
How lucky you feeling there?
God, nobody took him seriously.
All right, Captain, where should we go?
Well, I am not entirely sure.
Do we need to know what the parasites are up to, or do we just need to take this down?
I mean,
Spreading this down is like first priority.
yeah,
We have been spreading
that's
everywhere.
my first priority.
So
Can I use a momentum to buy some knowledge here, Elliot?
Yeah. What do you want to ask me? Give me a...
I want to ask you about the parasites.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask, based on our knowledge of the parasites, would it seem like this could be a centralized location for them?
So we know that the parasites are from very, very far away. So they're this is not their home world, if that's what you're asking.
Is there a chance, because I get 2 questions here, is there a chance that the hive mind or the queen would be here, or a queen would be here?
Yeah, so the mother creatures, as Starfleet has dubbed them, are usually control one host, and they have, each host has its own like cellular hive mind, and you know that killing the mother creature will immediately kill the rest of
It's brood.
yeah. And
So does the mother creature take a host as well?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like a queen bee situation.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it is not. It's
Right.
like it would appear to be a normal Romulan or Klingon or human or whatever it was.
Okay.
Casting.
Okay.
All right, let's go for the queen.
All right. Which of the door A or B?
A. Number 1.
Always B.
No, 1. We're going 1. I called it first.
All right, we're going 1.
Perfect.
Left.
Always
Okay.
B.
All right. So you walk in to behold quite a sight. On the dais in the center of this pyramid-shaped room, 2 spiral arches curved inwards towards each other, but never meet. Between the arches, blue energy shimmers like the waves of an ocean. A Romulan commander stands before the arch, her face awash in its blue glow. Control stations line the walls, manned by 8 Romulan scientists. The blue light inside the gateway dissipates to reveal a lifeless landscape of craggy stones and an ocean that has boiled away long ago. A dim white dwarf is the only star in a pitch black sky. The planet is a distant region of the galaxy, devoid of stars. A single dying star beyond the stars. The Romulan commander lets out an inhumanoid cry and drops to her knees and screams before all of the Romulans realize that you have entered the room.
Oh.
So we are in a conflict situation.
Oh, God.
All right.
Oh, Lordy.
So many different faces.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna guess they're looking at home. Dying star, boiled away sea. That's some sad stuff.
Parasite home.
That would make them sad and scream worthy.
Yeah.
What they didn't realize is that they were home the whole time.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody, and thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
All right.
Home is the friend you found along the way.
They just all look at us, and I mean,
Yeah, they're reaching for disruptors like right away.
we're here. Okay.
Ugh.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, jeez. And there's not really, is there really anything of note in this room? Like, no obstacles or things other than the.
I mean, there's the giant gateway,
yeah.
and then there's these control panels in little alcoves along the wall.
Okay.
So we have 2 zones, this zone and the one behind the portal and in the area of the portal itself.
Okay.
Lob that grenade.
Yeah, we need to try to shut down that portal.
But is it going to do enough damage to this facility that?
You
Well-
would guess probably not that
Okay.
one grenade would not bring down the portal by looking at it.
Okay.
But these command stations,
Might hold some
Might
control
be a
over.
little weaker. Well, I don't think they're really going to be up for talking.
Yeah, it seems not.
So,
It's always worth a shot.
I think somebody said something about us coming here to kill some Romulans.
I mean, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there any way I could lob that grenade into that back corner with the 3 Romulans back there, and maybe?
how far does a grenade go? I don't know. No one has ever. In my brief times of running this game, no one has ever thrown a grenade at anyone.
First grenade.
You gotta throw the grenade. Pulse grenades work on a similar principle to, yeah. I have a countdown timer. So we can all go. I mean, it just says ranged. So, I mean, I assume it's the same range as a phaser.
Yeah, it's range, so that would be, 1 zone away. That's medium range. That's normal range.
All right.
Does it have like spread or something?
It's got some stuff. It's got charge. It has the quality of grenade.
Okay.
And that does it's a throwable explosive or energetic device, normally carried in small quantities. It cannot be used to make attacks against an enemy at long or extreme range. With a grenade weapon has
Hold on 1 second. Let's wait for Christine to get back.
I'm good.
Yeah, we just can't hear.
By taking a grenade, I have 3 grenades.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is this one of them fancy Borderlands grenades?
A grenade that spawns other grenades? Or a grenade
It explodes into other grenades.
Does it have like spread or anything though, or what's it called?
It is charged.
Area.
So I can add area, piercing, or vicious.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because charge lets you do any of those things, so you just get it for whatever you want.
Are you preparing it then to use charge?
Yeah, I would charge it for an area attack then.
Okay.
So I'm good to throw?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, it's just a normal attack roll?
Is this lethal or non-lethal damage?
Well, does it specify that?
Just tell me.
There are different types of grenades.
Is this a pulse grenade?
These are pulse grenades.
It is not lethal. It's not deadly.
Well, it's not automatically lethal.
Oh, you can set. Yeah, I mean, you can say it's a lethal attack if you want. I just need to know that because I get a threat every time you make a lethal attack.
Yeah, we got parasites all around us. It's definitely lethal.
Okay.
And then I'll buy an extra die too.
All right.
Roll 3. And that's just like a range attack, so
yeah. Control security.
That looks pretty good. That's 3 successes.
Okay, that's gonna get you that momentum back.
All right.
Roll for damage.
Damage on a grenade is. Oh, it's automatically area.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Then
Okay.
you could charge it for something else. I'll let you take that back.
I'm gonna charge it for piercing, just because we've seen the. Well, no, that's only for the non-lethal that we need the piercing. So I'll just go vicious.
Okay.
Damage.
This is like one of those things that like I don't think of because we've never really streamed RPGs before the old pandemic here. That is like a totally normal thing in every RPG I've ever played. But when you're doing it live, you become more conscious of like, oh, we just spent like 20 minutes figuring out how grenades work.
That's
Okay.
3 plus the effect. The effect would add 1 more damage.
3 plus
I'll use the momentum
to get it up to 5.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and how much damage does it do on the spread? Does it do the same amount to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the resistance on the immune to pain resistance that they normally have isn't gonna help them at all. It normally gives them 3 resistance, but they don't have it because it's set to lethal. And yeah, it just decimates 2 Romulans / neural parasites right away. I'm going to spend 2 threat to have one of them ignore an injury to stay alive. But it also takes out see. Do I have options here? Yeah. This computer console, and you see the background start to flicker.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. And then I'd like to use my quick to action to pass the initiative over to Zines.
Zion screams and just charges with my McClef at the nearest. So I'm if we're going from Pojart's tile, I'm going to the leader of that pyramid to the left, and I'm gonna try and just chop him real good.
Oh yeah.
Go for it. So yeah, this is an opposed roll.
Okay.
You're making a lethal attack, so I get one
Yep.
threat.
Yep.
Um,
Daring and security.
Yep.
You could probably take Zard's token out.
Yeah. So in an opposed, I'm sorry, I've not done a melee one before. So it's a difficulty of 1 task. So do I roll just my normal 2 dice and then we roll off?
You roll, yeah. You have to get at least 1 for it to work, but I'm also rolling, and it's whichever one of us gets the highest number.
Ooh, shit. Well, that's just a complication. Can I use my determination in this as well?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do that so I can maybe try and connect still.
All right, you're down to 2 determination.
All right, and now do I roll all of the damage dice and see who rolls higher? Like, how does the?
No. So how many successes did you get?
That would be just 2 then.
Okay, I only got 1, so you hit. So now you roll the damage for the Maketh and whatever it does.
Yeah, so it's just a vicious 1. And let's see, I'm gonna be rolling 6 dice.
Roll 3 plus the security.
3 plus security. It's a blade, not a heavy blade.
Oh, it's just normal blade. Oh yeah, so then it's 2 plus security.
Okay, so 1, 2, and then I have 4 symbols, which means 4. So that's 8, 9, 10 damage.
Nice.
Yeah. You just eviscerate, like just
Omaewa mo shindere.
behead this Romulan, and the neural parasite just falls out of the head once it lands on the floor.
And I just flick the blood off the blade.
Yeah.
Is that weapon even I don't know. Garfield regulation?
Doesn't matter. The deed is done. How much momentum do I need to spend to just keep cutting through these things?
You can spend 2 to take another quick action, but you're not in reach of any other ones. Mm-hmm. So you'd either have to throw the weapon, or you would have to taser somebody, or
I'll save that for D&D. I think I've gotten enough barbarian blood rage.
Enter your rage.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay. This Romulan, having just seen that, or well, not Romulan, this neural parasite, having seen this, is just going to run at you with a Romulan dagger. And Christian, Pejoratus will need to make an opposed check here.
Okay.
I'm going to spend 1 threat to get an additional dice.
I'm going to use a determination still, one of my 2 remaining. And I got 3 successes, but also another complication.
Okay, for the complication, I'm going to say that just gives me a threat. And he got 2. So did he get more?
No, I had 3.
Oh, okay. So he misses, but I get another threat. He's going to take a quick action and try and stab you again. This time he's just rolling 2 dice. 2 successes.
Just a complication for me there, bud.
Okay, I'm going to... Pejoratus, you're just...
Zines.
I'm sorry, Zines is just like, this is a, you know, elaborate ritualistic sort of weapon, and maybe it's not great for combat, so you're giving opportunities where you shouldn't be to explain those. All right, so it's a deadly weapon with it's going to roll for 3 vicious 1. So it's going to be 3 damage, but I'm going to spend 3 threat, taking me down to 1 threat, to pay for an additional 2 damage to make it 5 damage. So
I will spend the momentum to keep from getting incapacitated.
Okay, sounds good. Then it is back to Federation.
Okay.
All right. I'm
go ahead.
going to get out my phaser and type 2 and set it to lethal.
Okay.
Giving you some threat there. And I am going to fire at the Romulan in front of me.
All right. The what
Yep.
we think might be the leader. Okay.
Yep. And I have a focus in hand phasers. So.
Nice.
And so, just gonna roll. And I got 2 successes.
Nice.
Okay. 2 successes. Oh, I automatically add 1 point of threat when someone shoots at her.
I forgot to charge it. But that does 4 damage.
All right. She just kind of shrugs it off. I mean, it definitely like put a hole in her, but she seems to be fine from what you know from neural parasites at this point.
All right.
All right. Back to the Romulans. She's going to act and fire back at you with a disruptor pistol. And she's going to hit with, so she gets 2 successes. And disruptor pistol, vicious 1. All right. She got 3 symbols and nothing else, so that's going to be 6 damage from the vicious.
Oh.
Dang.
No.
You can
momentum.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a momentum to not be knocked out.
2 momentum to avoid an injury.
Momentum to not be knocked out.
Okay. Back to you guys.
Okay. I would like to fire my phaser at the computer terminal.
Okay.
At the sort of to the left of me, the one closest to me.
Got it.
I want to fire on that, but I also want to sort of call out to my crew to, for them to do the same, to fire upon the computers. I guess just, I'll kind of point out, like, let's fire on the computer terminals. It looks like that's affecting the gate, I guess. So
right.
I'll fire on that. Oops. So
just a normal roll.
Normal roll.
Oh, and I'm giving you a determination for that, for, voice of the crew.
Can I actually spend a determination on that as well?
Yeah.
So with that, I'll get 3 successes.
All right. It's going to get you back up to 3 momentum.
And then I want to use follow my lead talent, which lets me, if I do a task during combat or a perilous situation, I can choose a single ally who gets my assistance when they do on their next task, essentially. So kind of to,
They're
tie
inspired.
into my command, I guess. So I'll just select, let's see.
Dr. Charles and Wyatt are the only two who haven't acted.
Okay, so I'll select Wyatt.
Okay.
So,
all right. Roll for your damage if you could.
oh yeah. So I got 5.
Okay, that is going to blow up this computer. All right, we have a couple Romulans who have not acted yet. All right, so this one is going to charge at Wyatt with a dagger. This is an opposed check for Wyatt, so you got to roll daring plus security.
All right.
All right, I got 2
One
successes.
success and a critical failure.
Okay, so that's gonna give me some threat. You don't really have something good to block a dagger with, so it's a little awkward, and he just charges right at you, and he hits you for 4 stress.
Whew. Okay.
So he just kind of like slices at you. There's some, a good like Star Trek costuming, like damaged uniform action, but nothing too serious yet. And then it's back to Federation.
So what does the captain's word do for me?
He can assist you on whatever you do.
Yeah, you just get my assist on your next task.
Okay, so since he told us to shoot the computers, I'm gonna try to shoot the one by me.
Okay, that's going to be increased difficulty 1 because there's a guy so close to you with a knife. So it'll be difficulty 3.
Okay. How much momentum do we have?
You have 3.
You got any of that good determination?
No, I used that. And I haven't gotten any back.
But you have some assistance.
Yeah.
I would like to buy an extra dice just in case.
Okay.
Seems good.
And can someone remind me what I'm rolling here?
Control plus 2.
Yeah. Control and security.
Okay. That's what it does.
You get 1 assist from me.
I got 4 successes because I got a 1.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, so 5 with the assist. So you're getting 2 momentum back, taking you guys up to 4 now. And go ahead and roll for damage.
What type phaser do you have?
Just a regular one.
1 or 2?
1.
Type 1?
Yeah.
Then you have 2 dice plus your security store.
2 more. Thank you. 1, 3, nothing, and then 1 symbol. So that would be 1. So 4.
Yep. All right, so that blows it up.
Woo!
All right, back to the remaining Robians who have yet to go. This one, seeing the path of gore that Zines has cut through is going to charge Zines with a dagger as well.
No.
Opposed check, Christian.
You got it.
2 successes over here.
So I got 2 successes as well. Because I'm using that alien weapon, my Macleth, would that like initiate?
Yeah.
Alright. So that
You're
would be
focused.
4.
All right. So yeah, you just easily deflect the dagger. Nothing happens there, and it's to Dr. Charles, the only one who hasn't acted on your side yet.
Oh, Ryan, we can't hear you, bud. Is your mic muted, maybe?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
I'm gonna zap the right middle.
Okay.
That's security and
Wait, which one's the right middle? This one?
sorry, my right, the computer. My right.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Okay. I'm sorry. So that's control and security.
And you need 2 successes.
Okay. I'm gonna use my determination.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I only got 1 success. So that puts me up to 3. So
3, so you're getting a momentum.
I'm going to roll for my veteran, and I get my determination back.
Nice.
And then I'm going to roll damage. Oh boy, I'm sorry. I need to roll that again because I
Okay.
I messed that up. All right, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a big fat miss. And then a symbol. So I did 7 and a symbol, but I didn't charge it. So
That's okay. That's going to blow it up.
cool.
All right, so we've got 2 more Romulans who need to act. This one is going to kind of hunker into cover in the alcove over here. And let's see. All right, that one is going to fire a disruptor pistol at at our security officer Azolar for blowing up his 2 compatriot scientists. And gonna spend a threat, taking me down to 3 to buy an extra dice. And that is 3 successes. So that's gonna hit. And then rolling for damage. All right, going to spend a threat to re-roll the dice that missed.
Oh boy.
All right, that's going to be 6.
Yikes.
I will spend 1 momentum to avoid the injury.
That's 2 momentum to avoid injury.
It's
Let's
1
go.
for me.
Oh.
Fancy. Okay. You avoid injury and you take the 6 stress. And then this last one in the corner is going to similarly duck in the alcove to get a little bit of cover and fire at you again. No threat spend.
That's Virginia at this point.
And he misses. He shoots wide.
Nice.
All right, that's the end of the round. We are on to round 2, beginning with Starfleet.
All right. I was wondering if I charged a phaser to shoot for an area effect, could I hit the guy in the corner and possibly the panel behind him?
Yes, but he's in cover, so he's going to get some resistance.
Hmm,
But the computer isn't.
the computer isn't. But I still got 2 more grenades, so why not just use one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'll let a grenade hide in that corner with him.
Ask questions later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're chucking another grenade
Oh yeah.
in this Star Trek game.
Oh yeah. Hey, if I got 3, I might as well use 3. So I'll buy a die for the attack with momentum, and that's normal long range, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I'll charge it for vicious, just like the last one, and set it to lethal.
All right. It's gonna give me a threat.
Ooh. I will use my determination on that one.
Uh-oh.
That was some high rolls.
Any complications?
Close. I got 2 19s, but so with the other one that was a 5 and the 2, that'll be 3 successes.
That'll hit.
All right.
Through the book.
Uh-huh. And then for damage, I have, let's see. I like the 2s. That is 4 and then 3 symbols. So a total of 7 plus the 3 symbols for vicious. That'll be a total of 10.
Okay. Well, avoiding injury is not going to do him any good, so I'm not even going to bother. So he's just incinerated by that grenade, and that definitely knocks out that computer.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend momentum to keep the initiative,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot at the last terminal.
Got it.
Well, I'm gonna take a minor action to move so I don't hit our friend.
Whereabouts?
There's good. And so I am going to take out my hand freezer, and use one of my determination to fire upon the computer.
Okay.
And I actually ended up with 6 successes.
Whew.
Nice.
Well, and then the determination, so 8 success.
Okay. Well, you're full.
So
Yeah.
let me just roll, and I'm actually going to spend a momentum to re-roll. Better. So that's 5.
Okay. Yeah. You definitely blow up that terminal. And with that, the gate flickers closed. And the Romulan in the middle just yells like inhuman scream, stop. And the other Romulans back up with their weapons, and she looks directly at Captain Calum and says, "We are at your mercy. In exchange for our lives, I offer you service. We seek peace, not war. Leave the Romulans to us, and we will leave the Federation and your allies alone. And when we have gained full control of the Romulan Star Empire, we will sue for peace, so ending decades of hostilities between your 2 governments. Together, we can usher in a new era and a new beginning."
The Federation is not going to negotiate with such a
With hostile takeover beings?
hostile, yeah.
Creepy
No.
crawlies.
Creepy crawl.
But we will allow you to return to whence you came.
What?
We can't. Our
No,
homeworld
we
is
can't.
destroyed. We're the last of our race. If you kill us, it's genocide.
Well,
We don't need to. We don't intend to, or have. Yeah, we don't intend to destroy you. We just wanted you to. You have been destroying others in an attempt to. I'm not sure what.
It's the only way we can survive. We can only survive with hosts. Without them, our species would go extinct. But at that point, she just realizes that talking to you is not going to work for her. And so she pulls out her phaser and or disruptor pistol and shoots at Captain Kale. And going to spend a threat for an extra dice.
Rude.
3 successes. And that's going to be 8 stress.
I'm very stressed.
You've got plenty of momentum to avoid injury if you haven't already.
I mean, yeah, I guess I need to, but I would need to. Do it twice, right?
Oh, you can only do it once. So that would prevent you from being killed.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, I won't be killed.
All right. Well, you are incapacitated unless someone can get to you with a med kit and perform first aid.
Okay.
Is it our turn again?
Yep.
I am going to scream, howl at seeing the captain go down. And I'm going to raise and swing my McClap at one of these two slack-jawed zombies. I'm going to get 4 successes.
I'm going to get 2.
All right. And let's see. Oh my gosh. I'm going to spend a momentum to re-roll some dice here.
All right.
That's better. So, 4, 5. So, 9 damage.
Okay.
That's with Vicious 1 applied and everything. And then I'm going to spend 2 more momentum and take another swift action and try and cut down this other guy right here.
All right.
I'm going to spend my last determination also on this one. And that's going to be 3 successes. Or I'm sorry, 4.
I only got 1, so that's going to give you some momentum back.
Cool. And then that is going to be 6 damage with Vicious 1. That's enough to...
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So Zines just like murders 2 more, hacks apart 2 more Romulan hosts. And then it's going to go back to the remaining Romulans. This one is going to once again try and stab Wyatt. Wyatt, opposed check, daring, plus security.
That's 2 successes.
Actually, never mind. Well, you're going to get some momentum because just missed both of those. It's back to the Federation.
Woohoo. Can I now?
Oh, go ahead.
I would like to shoot him very hard.
Shooting
Shooting
him is going to be difficulty +1 because of him being so close.
I don't think I have anything I can do. Can I just fisticuff him to death?
Yeah,
you can move too.
Grab his ankle.
Or you can move.
Oh, yeah. I just, no, I'm going to punch him then.
Give him a chop.
Yeah, the double.
Double-handed chop.
Yep.
Okay.
Or you
volleyball
lift him by
move.
the foot and flip him.
So what am I rolling on that one?
You're rolling daring plus security, and you got to beat my roll.
Okay. Can I buy an extra die?
Yes.
Okay. He misses both.
I missed all of them.
Okay, you guys
Not very good at this, you guys.
instead you do the other Star Trek thing where you both like kind of lock hands and
Kind
do
of like
this.
shadow dance.
For a while.
All right, so the remaining Romulan is he's gonna stay in his little alcove. He's gonna take a shot at Zolar. I'm gonna spend a threat for an extra dice.
How much momentum do we have?
You have 2.
And how much is it to create a disadvantage for them?
2.
Okay, I'll hold off then.
Okay. 2 successes, which is enough to hit. That's going to be 8.
Oof.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So what happens when I go to maximum stress?
Well, you're incapacitated.
Mm-hmm.
And you're bleeding out because it's lethal, so someone needs to get to you and heal you quickly.
Well, Charles is right there.
Before the end of the scene. But the same thing is happening to the captain, so.
All right.
Yep.
Every man for himself.
Nines has gone into just a full blood rage at this point. Not really a Andorian thing, but hey, whatever.
We have ceremonial battles.
All right, so fair enough. The rest of you can act.
Who's left other than me?
Me. I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think that's right. Do you want to go?
Yeah. I will charge my phaser, shoot at the queen.
Vulcan from Can. Never mind.
Yep. All right. So I have that focus in hand phasers. So, and I got 4 successes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I got three effects for a total of, and then 4 total damage. And I charged my phaser because I remembered to do it this time.
All right. So what did you charge it for?
Oh, I had to pick something.
Yes.
Vicious.
We'll get it. All right. So 4 with how many effects? 3?
3.
So 8 damage, and that was at the mother creature, right?
Yep.
All right. There's nothing she can do because she's already ignored 1 injury. So she just kind of explodes in this real grotesque fashion, and the creature inside her is way bigger as it just kind of like, it's like most of her, and it's really gross and disgusting. And these 2 guys just immediately slump dead to the ground.
Oh.
Cool.
Not a big fan of Bizarro Bill Nye.
You killed your puzzle.
That's right.
Puzzle murder.
And we'll wrap it up there. That is the conclusion of our 2-parter, The Pierced Veil.
We pierced the veil with grenades.
Yeah.
We chop heads off.
Heavy, not quite heavy blades.
As a wrap up there,
There were beheadings on this episode.
so Starfleet sends in a demolitions team to permanently disable the gateway because they know what a danger it poses.
Dr. Charles also revived our friends.
Yes.
Dr. Charles is not in a good mood.
Yeah. Yeah, and his confidant on board the ship, your medical officer, also helps get everybody back in tip-top shape, and you're sent back to Neandra Station for some hard-earned R&R. Starfleet's a little disappointed that even though they were insidious and not great that it seems like an entire species has become extinct because these seem to have been the last members of that species. But Starfleet does grant that, given your directives, there wasn't much you could have done. But you do get like kind of a sad, from the Admiral, just if only there was something you could have done to not have to, take this as far as it went, but they didn't give you much of a choice, did they?
It's true.
And any damage to the Garfield is repaired while you're back at Neandra Station.
What about our friend Gristle?
Yeah, so Gristle is not court-martialed because he was instrumental in stopping a plot that would have been catastrophic. Ensign Gristle is reassigned to the Garfield and promoted from ensign to lieutenant junior grade. So he is now a full-fledged member of your crew. He works under Wyatt. So if Phalor is Wyatt's boss, Wyatt is Grisel's boss. He's very happy about the promotion. He was thinking about leaving Starfleet after all this, after no one was listening to him or whatever, but he's very happy that he's ended up on a ship where, the crew, where the captain and crew trust his opinion. And in addition to that, the first communication with the Romulan Star Empire in years has been made, where they don't go so far as to thank Starfleet for removing the plan to completely assimilate their people into hosts for a parasite, but they acknowledge that it happened, at least.
Okay.
And they overlook the fact that they know you have a cloaking device for the time being, or at least they claim to. They're not citing it as a treaty violation, but
fair enough.
Well, they had one as well, so.
Well, they're allowed to. So that's part of the treaty. The Romulans, like the whole
okay.
will stop going to war, is the Federation's not allowed to research cloaking.
Okay.
So you can bet there's something going on probably as a countermeasure over in the Romulan Empire to figure out how to neutralize your cloak or to develop better cloaks of their own or something to that effect. Everybody's going to get a milestone. I know we keep saying we're going to do all of this leveling up at some point, and we haven't, but let's pick who gets our spotlight this week.
Hold on 1 second. What about our prisoner?
That's what I was, trying to get to.
Yes. So he is definitely going to be tried and held for trying to essentially develop a bioweapon, more or less. It turns out that, not all Trill are joined with a Symboint. You have to apply for it. And it's like the greatest honor in Trill society is to be a joined Trill, to be two people at once. And he is a, let's say, overconfident and somewhat brilliant scientist. But when he applied to become a joined Trill, there were certain things about his psychological profile that they thought were a bad fit for joining with a Symboint. And he was denied. And so he kind of became obsessed with it. And he saw working with these parasites to trying to develop a way in which they would be like a Symboint as his best chance at becoming one. Obviously, you guys stopped him, but it's kind of a tragic story. He's a brilliant mind, and it's kind of a waste that he's in prison.
But we are a society that believes in rehabilitation, so
you are.
It'll turn out good.
Star Trek. Yeah. It'll turn out good.
Or we chop your head off.
Yeah. That's right. I'm not cat. Knows no bounds.
Yeah, but back on Neandra Station, since there's a bunch of Klingons there, they're all very impressed with Zynes. Zynes has made like a bunch of new Klingons. like started going to like, Hollow Suite sparring, stuff with them. starts drinking blood wine, hanging out with a real interesting crowd. Yeah, so that takes us to the end. But let's pick a spotlight milestone. I don't usually weigh in on these, even though I'm supposed to. But and I assure you, this is not a bias here. But I feel like Phalor hasn't gotten one yet, and Phalor has been a pretty good second in command this whole time, really taking charge in some places. That's my vote. But anybody else? Everybody cool with giving it to Zolar, or we got some other?
I'm split. I like Wyatt and Phalor a lot this time.
Yeah, Wyatt was really good this episode too. I feel like Wyatt's character, Megan, you've really developed, and that is like, while she is the junior officer, she is also usually the most perceptive person in the crew of just like, this is the situation we're in, guys. Come on, like we don't have to.
Yeah, I think we should give it to Wyatt.
I think we can give it to both of you. I think we're gonna give 2 spots.
With engineering.
We didn't give one out for last episode, right?
Yeah,
True,
I thought we
not.
did.
Oh yeah.
Did we?
Oh, we didn't?
I don't think we did.
No, not at the end of the 2-parter.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well then, perfect. Great.
This time.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up here. Join us again next week for the continuing voyages of the U.S.S. Garfield. We're definitely gonna do at least one more of these. I mean, we'll probably do more, but for the folks at home, we might try and switch up some stuff with the schedule or whatnot. Just we need to no definitive word on that. We need to discuss it as a group and just make sure we're doing it on the right day when everybody can accommodate it. Now that Ohio is starting to open up and some people are going back to work and whatnot, we just need to recalibrate and make sure we have the right day and time picked. So we may have to switch. It may stay Friday. I don't know. We don't know. We're going to talk it over.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned to the.
But if it does change, we'll let you know early in the week. So thank you all very much for watching. Again, Superscript is now getting closer to back on track to where we were from before the pandemic hit. As I'm sure many of you recall, we were supposed to open up on May 1st. A month before our grand opening, a little over a month before our grand opening, the whole world went to hell. And not just were we not able to open because it would have been unsafe to do so, but a lot of the things that we needed to do to get open, like have certain fixtures and stock and stuff shipped to the store, was not possible because a lot of the cogs in the machine were also shut down, like our distributors and vendors. So we are getting back on track. We are going to, I've probably said something to this effect in the last 4 times we've done this, but we're getting very close to picking a date where we can do some form of opening, hopefully soon, definitely this summer. Now, it will probably almost assuredly not be the grand 3-day party that we had planned originally, because it would be unsafe to crowd a crap ton of people into the shop while there is a deadly pandemic ravaging the world. But we will be open in some capacity, hopefully very soon. We'll let you know the details of that and how that's going to work and what our store policies are going to be during this time. I know we've been a little absent on social media lately, and the reason for that is because we have all been building things and hammering things and sawing things and painting things into the wee hours of the night for a long, long time now, and it is difficult sometimes to check Twitter when we're doing that. But we're going to try and be a little better about communicate some of the exciting progress that we're making. Thank you all for watching this. Thank you all for believing in our shop. And for those of you who have gone to our affiliate links on superscriptohio.com under shop and made a purchase through one of our affiliate links for some gaming supplies or materials, can't thank you enough. It really means a ton that you're supporting us even before the doors have officially opened. For those of you who hadn't, I know money's tight for a lot of people right now, so don't feel pressured into it. But if you do feel like throwing some scratch around and you like this game and want to pick up some of these books, maybe check out the Modifius affiliate link under shop at superscriptohio.com. That's all. So I'm Elliot for the crew of the U.S.S. Garfield. That's Megan, Ryan, Nick, Christian, Brad, and Christine. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.